Hello and welcome to my HoI4 campaign, where I will be playing as Communist China. This campaign will be played on veteran difficulty, as you can see by this modifier in my political power, and the main goal is going to be to conquer China back. So everything that belongs in the modern day China, I will try to conquer it back. Okay, so let's start this. The first thing to do is to organize everything under a single army and change all my units to Juntong. I mainly do that because it's easier to make more small divisions at the start of the game as Communist China, and we'll put everyone on this front line because that's gonna be our first victim in our conquest. And the first action is going to be to boost party popularity. Basically, that's the only time I ever use this function. Even though it's a little bit cheesy, but because China actually has communist uprisings, which means if I boost the communist party popularity, some of the provinces will flip to me. And depending on how lucky I am, I can get one of the better provinces in here. Okay. As per usual, I'll go for industrial effort as my first national focuses, and for research, as always, I'll go for electronic and engineering for -2% research time, and construction 1, or maybe production efficiency. Also, I'm playing on the latest beta patch 1.33, so some things are working a little bit different than they used to. So, for example, the more infrastructure you have, the easier it is to build factories in your provinces. So, for example, in this province, it would be really hard to build up factories because it's only getting plus 20% bonus from infrastructure, and they gimp the production values if you don't have enough infrastructure. Let's put this to 12 factories, and we're missing some steel now, and we're gonna start buying it from Gongxi Click. I prefer trading with someone who I'm gonna capture eventually, because everything that I'm gonna trade into them is gonna be used to build up factories in those provinces. Okay, did I forget anything? It doesn't look like it, so let's put speed up to 5 and let's start this campaign. Oh, also beforehand, so my units don't get attrition for walking through mountains, I'm gonna manually wait, what? Ah, which button is this now? Oh, come on. Paradox. That's the second time. Look at this, what happened. So, on this beta patch, they added a new function to toggle displaying fog of war. So basically, it works. I don't even think it works. Doesn't look like it's working. Yeah, you can see some changes. Those changes are just so minimal. Okay, so it's when you're zoomed in, that's when you can see the changes, but nah, not that useful. But the biggest problem is that the shortcut for toggling fog of war is B, and shortcut for toggling redeployment, strategic redeployment, which is used to efficiently transfer your troops, is B as well. So now I have to press it manually whenever I want to send a division. That's annoying. I hope they're gonna fix this before the beta patch is gonna be out. Maybe they changed it to Shift B? Let's try that. No. That's still no. I wonder which button it is. Because I'm sure that yeah, they must have just changed the button. Something. Nope. M. No. They also added the option to change unit counters, which you can see. So, for example, if there are a lot of allies here, so for example, if you're at war in a Western Front, and you have British troops, French troops, American troops, Dutch troops, and everyone else, you can just toggle so you can only see yours. Like here, so for example, I'm toggling and everyone else's troops just disappear from the map, so the map doesn't get too cluttered. It's a good addition, but I hope they're gonna change the strategic redeployment. That's not how it should have been. Ah, oh no. Let's redraw this line, which I accidentally deleted. Oh, come on. Yep. Aggressive. Set this to ready. And let's shift one division here. Kuomintang launch offensive. Although we have escaped certain defeat through the long march, the nationalists are not planning to let us grow stronger without more confrontations. Our spies suggest they are mounting an offensive against us, which could weaken our political support if we try to retreat further. We don't know how committed the Kuomintang are to pushing us back right now. Trying to confront them carries a significant risk. If the local warlords have been rallied to support the attack, our chances may be slim. On the other hand, retreating now or when we finally stopped may not be an option. And we're gonna confront the attack. Yay! Victory against the Kuomintang. Our challenges the Kuomintang offensive have worked in our favor. The locally assembled troops sent to confront the Red Army were not prepared for our knowledge of the impending attack and were defeated, all serving as a warning to nearby warlords that attacking us can be costly. The nationalists have only proven that they underestimate us as a foe, and that the People's Republic is once again on the rise. Political power grows out of the barrel of a gun. That's a good event for us, which means we can immediately start justifying for war. It's pretty much every single state. Ah, I wonder why it costs so much. Oh, I think they changed that as well. Each next justification for war costs more and more. Okay, that's interesting. That's why it costs 73 political power, so... And we can declare war on... It also means that all those justifications are not going to end on the same day. So, the first one takes 125 days. The second one takes 185 days. And third one takes 365 days. Oh. And for fourth one, we'll need 200, and that's gonna take 1,100 days. Okay, interesting. That's definitely gonna slow me down quite a bit. And we also generate a lot of world tension through this. Okay, that was a generic event for getting ready for war. So let's start getting more divisions. I get the priority here so we can actually output more divisions, and that way we can maybe win faster wars against the first two warlords. We got a border war event, which basically compares my forces in my region against the nationalist China's. But basically, sometimes AI, if you don't put your troops on the border with nationalist China, the nationalist China is not going to put their forces here as well. So, but because your troops are still in the same region, because you cannot move them out by this point, you're just getting free political power. Okay, we got the first industrial effort. Let's go for the first research thought. May 25th. Okay. Let's just put those divisions out. I don't care that they don't have enough equipment. Let's switch back to normal priority as it was before. Move the first division here. Okay, we're done with this research. So let's continue with mechanical computing. Nationalist Spain declared war in Spain. That's gonna rise the world tension quite a bit. And we start justifying war for Tibet. Now we need 211. Okay, we're done with second focus. Let's go for the third one. Also, we have enough. And we can change the free trade, which is gonna give us 15% factory output. And we're not producing a lot of resources just yet, so this is just gonna give us minus 10 research time, minus 10%, so I like that. Even though I want to store just functions for Tibet, but because of the changes, the justification will take 1,000 days, so 3 years. Way too long. I would probably be busy with fighting with Japanese by that time. So let's go for free trade instead. Okay, the war starts in 2 days, so let's put the speed down. And we're ready for first war. Let's see, they have 2 divisions, we can see them, so we can go straight for the capital. This. I'm just sending divisions so they can take as many provinces as possible, because when you're fighting smaller nations like this, they only usually have a single victory point, so the rest of the victory points are scattered around all of its provinces. And each one costs like 0.2 victory point or something like this. I don't know exact numbers, but basically you need to conquer like 60% of the country to make them capitulate. Okay, those guys are gonna just make sure that this division doesn't move. You're gonna move here, here. This division is gonna also support this attack. And let's get going. I'm sure they cannot do anything against our attacks. We're losing the battles, but it doesn't matter because we're going straight for his capital. And we're done. So let's demand everything and turn. Because we're taking back our course. We're not generating any world tension. So everything's fine, nobody's angry at us. We're just taking back our court land, so nobody will interfere in our wars. Also, they changed the values for those, so let me see what this does. They separated factory output and dockyard output, which is interesting. So dockyards don't really care what kind of industry you have, because even on the bottom you get plus 15% per level for factories on this one, and plus 10% for dockyards. And for this one is plus 10% for each on all of the levels. But this one now gets... there's some production efficiency retention. Also, it increases production efficiency base. I don't remember if it did that in previous versions. You know, this one actually looks better now. Because you're only getting 25% more factory output after completing all 5 levels. But for this one, you're losing 25% factory output, but getting 25% efficiency base and 50% retention. And they changed this one, so you cannot get 100% production efficiency retention, because in previous one, if you went for dispersed industry, you usually took flexible lines, because those gave you plus 50% production efficiency, and because this line gave you plus 50, overall you just didn't lose any production efficiency when you switched the lines. So they changed that. Well, I still feel like going for this one. I don't know. It's just something that I always do. Maybe I'll re-evaluate this choice later on, but for now I think it should be fine. Okay, let's send my divisions back to the line. The new line. Okay, this one here, this one here. And I'm missing some resources. I cannot buy more from this China, so let's see who else we have here. And we have the lowest influence, so we cannot just outbuy someone else. This note, so... it seems like we'll go for the second best choice. Buying steel from Soviet Union. This war is gonna start in 24th July. Let's see how our progress going with boosting out communism. So already got 23%, so I think it needs around 40 to 50% for one of the provinces to flip to me. And it's time to slow down the speed. And time to start the next war. The base on Mal has 7 to 9 divisions. I can see 1, 2, 5, 6, 7. So there can be 2 more divisions. I think it's 8, so there's probably 1 in the capital. Let's see if this screen changes it. Nope. I'm gonna go straight for the capital as the same way I went for the Shaanxi's capital. So, I mean, that plan worked, so I'm sure this one is gonna work as well. And I'm getting also the other victory points. So Sibei Sanma has 3 victory points. Its capital, 10 points. There is a Lanzhou here, 3 points, and there is Yanchu, 1 point. And the northern one doesn't have victory points, so you can ignore it. But this division is going to be attacking straight on. This is going like this. Should be fine. And those guys' mission is going to be to make sure that these divisions don't move away from here. Okay, let's resume the game. We will be losing the battles, but it doesn't matter as long as we just make sure that those guys don't move out of their provinces. Okay, we got one of the victory points. Ah, what? This one stopped for some reason. Let's hope there are no divisions in their capital. Also, someone else is buying steel from Guangxi Click, so we'll cancel this one and start buying more from Soviet Union. And we're going into the capital. It'll take another 4 days. As long as they're not gonna spawn any divisions, it should be fine. And we got the capital. Okay. We caused only 0.20% world tension, so nobody cares what happened here. We got the equipment. And let's prepare for the next war. The war with Sian King usually is the hardest one because they get the Soviet reinforcements like most of the time 3 to 4 divisions. Soviet Union. Also, I'm too lazy to send all the divisions to their respective provinces, so what I did is send it to the furthest point away from the front line. That way, the AI will use the strategic redeployment to send them back to the front line. Okay, let's pick construction 1 to increase speed of our construction. Afterwards, we can continue to start building up military factories. Okay, we're no more corners, so our divisions are not receiving plus 15% to defense and plus 10% to recovery rate anymore. Let's make sure that they get spawned the furthest point away from the front line. AI usually does those unbalanced unit distribution, which is not the best way to do that. On January, 20th January. So I will shuffle them around so they can have more points of attack. You can probably start justifying for war for the China. Yeah, that should be fine. Also, something about what I do here is I'm picking the furthest states away from me because, first of all, when you're justifying for war, if you're justifying for retaking core states, usually you can take as many as I think maximum of 5 provinces. Yeah, Jiangxi, Fujian, Zhejiang, Anhui, Shanghai. And usually don't pick just one. Pick as many as you can, because during the peace offer, what happens is that you get discount on those provinces that you justified war for. And because most likely I'm gonna be at war with China at the same time as Japan, this means that I can take those provinces cheaper than Japan can take them. So I can leverage and take more from them than I would normally do if I would just justify for a single province. Also, what I'm doing right now is I'm not justifying for any provinces which are next to my border, because when the communist uprising is gonna start, it's gonna flip the province to me, and if I'm justifying on that province, for example, if I was justifying for Hebei, Henan, Hubei, Sichuan, and Xikang, and one of those provinces flipped to me, then the justification for war would get automatically cancelled. And that's not something that you want happen, because then you're just wasting your political power. And we've generated 9.3%. I think democracies need 10% to start defending other nations, so we're still in a safe zone. And we're the largest world tension generator. 8.7%, that's good. We lost 0.6%. And 1 more month until the last war before the war with China. Probably add some more divisions. Training, and let's start adding an extra research slot to us. Nationalists offer truce. I'm gonna decline this truce because I want to conquer China as well, so we don't want truce. At this rate, China's enemies may divide and conquer us. That's not gonna happen. Okay, time to start researching concentrated industry number 2. Also have really good infrastructure here, so probably build the factories here only for now. Oops. Oh, I missed half a day. Okay, nationalist nationalist Spain won the war. That's as per usual. Communist uprising in Hubei. Okay, we got one of the provinces, and that's a good one, I think. Yeah, it has 7 unlocked slots, and doesn't have the best infrastructure, but has a lot of manpower. I think it almost doubled our manpower. And we need 1 more steel. Okay, and let's start war with King. Hopefully they're not gonna join the Comintern, because that's gonna ruin my plans. The Soviet troops are gonna spawn in Urumqi, and I think it takes 2 weeks for them to come, so I won't be able to reach their capital before the Soviets are gonna spawn here. But hopefully I can surround them by that time, at least. At the very least. Okay, I think I gave enough orders. Let's see if everyone is moving forward. Everyone does. I can probably drop all of these divisions. They're gonna reinforce the current units, but hopefully I can reach their capital fast enough. Reinforce April. Also, sometimes your plans, if you're gonna play as Communist China, can change a little bit if you are gonna get this province, Xikang. Because if you do that, then you can justify a war on Yunnan and Gongxi Click, but Yunnan is an easy target, so you probably capture it really fast like the rest of the Chinese miners, but attacking Gongxi Click is really hard because you only have 3 provinces in here to work with. So what you can do is do this little trick where you set up your troops like this, and then you retreat a single province back. As soon as they go here, you do a simultaneous attack on their new position, and then try to push them back as fast as you can before they get any bonuses for sitting in a single province too long. And as you can see, the Soviets are sending volunteers. They should pop up in their capital before my troops arrive. At least they usually do. Yep, here they are. Also, it seems like this division is living 13 hours, and I'm arriving here in 3 days. Maybe I can change that. Yeah, I can just go straight to capital while they're busy going in other directions. This will be a lucky take if I can just grab the capital right under the Soviet nose. Also, same as when you're attacking Shaanxi, Xianqing only has a single victory point, so you have to take a lot of empty land to actually make them capitulate, so just taking capital is not enough. You have to take it, but you also need to take 60% of their land. We're very slowly pushing them back, and we got the capital. Maybe I can surround the Soviet troops, cut them off from the supply line. let's see. They're 69% going towards capitulation. So not perfect, but they should give up soon enough. And we got the research slots, so let's go for construction effort number 3. And let's start researching the improved machine tools. Let's cut off this division. And because the King doesn't have any victory points, their capital is just in a random place in Tringaria by this point. Well, let's support this attack. Faster I defeat the Russians, the better it is. And we're done with the Soviet troops. Now I just need to get as many provinces as I can. %93% going towards capitulation. The Soviets aren't sending another divisions, so we don't have to worry about them anymore. And now their capital just shifted to Yorkand. Okay, and we're done with this war. Let's take everything. Let's take all divisions, move them to the furthest corner. And then shift them. Gonna be war with China in April 37. Japanese are going for warrior traditions. Haven't done the Chinese border incident just yet, I think. Because I would have gotten the notification that they were justifying against me. Okay, let's split up my troops into 3 groups. First one is going here, second one here, and third one in the middle. Okay, no divisions unassigned, so everything is fine here. Let's count. Okay, so there are 16 unassigned provinces in between. I've given to each portion 9 provinces. Also, let's give an attack order for this one. Not like this. How many divisions do they have? They have 4576. I don't think I can fight them just yet, so I'll wait a little bit before attacking them. Okay, we're done with construction effort. Number 3, let's go for armament effort. Hindenburg disaster. We're out of steel. Let's war. No, let's take 2 divisions. Okay, we're done with researching concentrate industries, so let's go for new weapon equipment. Okay, the Japanese are starting war with China, so I should probably hurry up with my war as well. I still got some empty provinces, so I can just... those guys are almost ready, so wait a single day for them. Let's get weapons and equipment. One division here like this. Two more divisions here. And let's add 3 more. Those guys, those guys, those guys. Okay, we've connected this line. I need 2 more divisions. Okay. This is mostly ready. Cancel empty ones. Okay, they're shifting their troops towards their Japanese borders because Japan is justifying the war. Which means that I can attack them soon-ish. Let's just output those divisions. Half are gonna go here. 1/3 is gonna go here. And the last ones are gonna go in this. Okay, let's start the war and hope that everything is gonna go alright. Okay. Thank you for... I think that's a good point to end this episode. We started the war with nationalist China just a month before Japan is gonna start its war. So let's see how this war is gonna go in the next episode. Thank you for watching and I'll see you next time.